If you have the feeling you don't see enough progress in your game, then I would suggest you become your own coach. What do I mean by this? I mean, start with self-reflection on a regular basis with your trainings and your competitions. Self-reflection is, in my experience, still one of the most underrated tools that's around and that we can make use of very, very easily. And once you start doing self-reflection on a regular basis, I'll promise you, you'll become your own and your very best coach. In today's video, I want to share with you how you can actually install self-reflection in your daily routine as an athlete when it comes to improving your game, improving in training, and of course in competition. My name is Steven and I help athletes become mentally strong and successful. And in case you would like to get to know in detail how you can actually work on your skills in self-reflection, why don't you book a free call with me through the TidyCal link in the video description, and I will show you how and what we can do in the long term. The first thing that I ask my clients to do when we start working together is buy yourself like a journal, like a notebook. This can look like this, for example. Make sure that you buy a book that you really like and that you have on you all the time, actually, especially when you're leaving the house for training sessions and competitions. And I highly recommend buy a notebook like this where you write in it in handwriting and don't use your smartphone or your notebook instead. So why is that? It's pretty simple, actually. I experienced this a couple of times already over the years with my clients. When they come the first day, I ask them to write something on the whiteboard. And the question is, they need to answer is, why am I here? So why did they actually get in touch with me? Why do they want to work together with a mental coach? And then I give them the time they need and they start writing down why they're here, what they want to work on, what they want to get rid of, what they want to achieve, and so on and so forth. And it happened already a couple of times that when doing this and you look at the handwriting, and it might look a little, let's say, scruffy, nervous, uneven. And then a year later, so after 12 months of working together, and I asked him to write something on the whiteboard. Maybe, where am I standing today? What's my status quo? What happened over the last 12 months? And they start writing on the whiteboard. It's quite amazing what you can see only from the handwriting, the difference. So after 12 months, with one of my clients, he was completely struck when he saw and compared his own handwriting within 12 months. He said, wow, this is from a different person. And he could just see his development, and because after 12 months it looked even, it looked stable, it was in balance, it was clear, his handwriting, in comparison to when he started working together with me. And that's why it's so important, and I can only emphasize this, that you make sure that you, for yourself, do this also in handwriting, and then see what happens. Maybe you can read also just from the way you're writing, how you were feeling actually when you wrote the entry. In the next step, I would suggest that you reflect on your trainings. It depends on what you do, of course, and how often you train per week. I don't think it's necessary that you reflect on every single training. If you have, for example, 5 or 6 trainings per week, I would suggest go for maybe 2 or maximum 3 trainings that you would like to reflect on. And of course, every match, every single game, every competition, that's crucial. When writing in your brand new and lovely notebook, make sure that you write at least 1 page. Better more than 1 page. Why is that? Because most people tend to see the glass half empty and not half full. So that means For example, you're reflecting on your last match and maybe it didn't go that well. So you start reflecting with some negative points that you highlight in your notebook. So you're focusing on I did this badly and this didn't work and this was not good and so on and so forth. So if you stop maybe after half a page, everything is negative. That's not the way we want to do it, of course, because there's always something that's positive. And even if it's just the knowledge at the end of the day, I tried my very best, but I couldn't have done any better. That trains also our mindset, that we shift that we shift a negative mindset to a more positive mindset. So we still need to look at the things that need to be done better in the future, but that we don't regard them as mistakes or bad things. It's just some learnings so that we can improve and install into the future process. So when writing down a self-reflection, start with the questions: what did I do well and what could I have done better? Then write it down in detail. Write it also, if you want, from different perspectives. So start with your perspective. What did I do well? What is it that I could have done better maybe? And what is it that I want to do differently maybe tomorrow or with the next match that we have? Then change the perspective and take the perspective of your coach maybe, or of maybe your dad is watching and he's sitting in the stands. Or maybe it's just the audience, or maybe it's your opponent. That's super important and also really interesting. See yourself through the eyes of your opponent when you're maybe a soccer player, for example, a football player, if you're a handball player or a volleyball player. So what does your opponent actually see when he or she looks at you? Does she or does he maybe think, well, this is going to be easy for me, because I mean, look at his body language. Yeah? He looks as if he's scared or he doesn't believe in himself. Or is it just the opposite? Does your opponent maybe think, oh my gosh, I don't want to play against this guy. I mean, this is crazy. Huh? He looks so strong. He has so much self-confidence. So that's something that helps you reflecting on yourself also from different perspective. And that's going to be crucial in improving your game, in improving your skills and improving your body language on top. Make sure that you write your self-reflection after a game, after a match or a training within 24 hours after the event. Why is that? Because you're going to lose so much information otherwise. When you write your reflection, your self-reflection, maybe let's say 3 days later, you will have forgotten so many details actually, and you won't feel it anymore the way it felt right after the match. Maybe you were furious with yourself, maybe you were disappointed, frustrated, but 3 days later this has vanished, mostly probably, and you won't have that many learnings actually as if you wrote it just within 24 hours after the event itself. So make sure that you do it ideally maybe within a few hours after training or your match, your competition, or at least the following day. And in case you want to get even more out of your self-reflection, then I would suggest share it from time to time with someone you really trust and someone who can give you some good feedback. So this could be your coach, this could be your mental coach, this could maybe be your parents or one of your parents. Maybe it's a very good friend of yours. Maybe it's a teammate. So you will get even more out of your self-reflection by adding reflections from very specific people that can help you on your journey to success. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. In case you like the content, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in one of my next videos. See you soon and bye.